Welcome to our Shabbos Shir. We are learning Masechet Shabbos. We are going to learn today about the importance of buying good food for Shabbos. What is the sechar, the reward for those of us who are Oneg Shabbos, who don't think about mundane things on Shabbos? And first, before all that, we're going to ask the simple question: are you allowed to wash dishes on Shabbos or not? Believe it or not, but the Gemara clearly gives you instructions regarding washing dishes on Shabbos. This shir given here in the Shul Me'am Lo'ez in Ramat Beit Shemesh is Leilu Nishmas Avi Meir Menachem Ben Akiva, Rus Bas Sholem, Sol Bas Moshe, Latzlochas, Kol Klal Yisrael in our very difficult times. May we be saved from the Chevli Mashiach, as we're going to see soon in the Gemara. Tonu Rabbanon. Yeah, Tonu Rabbanon, we have a brisa. Ke'oros she'ochel ben arvis. If you have plates, ke'oros in the Lashon of Mishnah is plates. Ke'oros she'ochel ben arvis. Yeah, let's say you have plates you ate from Leil Shabbos, right? Medichan lechel ben shachris. You are allowed to wash them, to be medich and wash them, in order to eat from the same plates Shabbos morning. Okay, let's see and continue and explain. Shachris madichan echol ben b'tzoraim. Yeah, you finished the Shabbos meal. Okay, you're allowed to wash them in order to have lunch. You need to wash the dishes in order to eat them lunch. B'tzoraim madichan echol ben b'mincha. Tzoraim, you're allowed to wash them in order to eat mincha. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but it looks like you have 3 meals plus 1. It looks like we're hinting a little bit like Rav Chidka that says we have to have 4 meals. But the truth is that we're not really counting the meals. We rather talk here about the concept of hachana. You're not allowed to prepare from Shabbos to weekday, of course. You're only allowed to prepare and wash the dishes from Shabbos to the next meal of Shabbos. And we're going to explain soon what's the Chiddush. Mina mincha ve'elach. Once you finished your Shabbos meals, you don't have any set meals that you are expecting anymore. You don't have any meals planned anymore. Shuv einoi mediach. You're not allowed to wash any dishes if what you have is you do not have any meal planned ahead. So you're only allowed to wash dishes if you know you're going to have the next meal. I want to make a few comments over here. I would actually continue one more line and then make the comments. Aval, koises v'kitonios v'tzlochios. Cups, kitonios and tzlochios are different types of bottles. Tzlochios is a bottle. Kiton is also a small bottle like a jug. Mediach v'olech, kol hayoin kuloi. Even after you finish Shalosh Shudas, you still have some time between Shalosh Shudas and Motzei Shabbos. You're allowed to wash cups, glasses. You're allowed to wash the glasses, the cups, the mugs. Why? You're not planning any other meal. Because drinking is not something so set. Eating is something supposed to be set. You're setting the table for a meal. Shtia, drinking, some people take cups and they drink all the time. It's not a set thing. Now I want to make a very a few important halachikos, not halacha shir, but halachic comments. Comment number 1. If you know, these were general guidelines, says the Mishnah Berurah. I saw the Mishnah Berurah on this. Which means I'm not sure whether, let's say, that's very common today. I hope what I'm saying is a true application of halacha. Your wife finished, your family finished the Shabbos lunch. She's not sure if Shalosh Shudas she's going to serve a regular dishes or disposable. Or maybe you'll go to shul and she'll have something small. You don't know. Mistame, says Mishnah Berurah, bistame, unless known otherwise, you are allowed to wash the dishes from one meal to the other. You can assume that there will be another meal. On the other hand, if you know for sure that you're not going to have another meal, even though it's lunchtime, Shalosh Shudas you're going to friends, of course you cannot wash. This brisa is talking about bistama. Unless known otherwise, right? Unless known otherwise, we assume there's another meal coming up. Another chiddush is, let's say you only need 1 plate, you need 5 plates, and you have 10 dirty plates. You had guests Leil Shabbos. You have 10 dirty plates, and you only need 5 for the next meal. You're allowed to wash all 10, because each one is a potential one you're going to use. Like we said about the aroma, yeah, you can use all of them. Now, question is, what happens if you finished your Suda Shnia, a long afternoon, hot and long afternoon, Shabbos summer, and you know you're not going to have another meal, you're going to eat Shalashudas somewhere else. And the pile of dishes is really disgusting, and you're an Istanis, or your wife is an Istanis, very, finicky, and maybe there are flies and it's really hot and doesn't smell nice. Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Auerbach allows you to wash the dishes because it's not preparing for Motzei Shabbos, it's for the current situation of Shabbos, so things should be clean. I don't know if everyone holds out the way. I don't think everyone does, but that's a psak which I read b'Shem Shlomo Zalman. So that's another one. Okay, but drinking, because drinking takes place all the time, not in a very orderly fashion, not only in a set scene. Therefore, you can always wash the cups, even after Shalosh Udas. Amar B'Shimon ben Pazi. Now, Agadita. Now let's see about the great sechar you get for giving kavod and oneg to Shabbos. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Amar B'Shimon ben Pazi, Amar B'Yeshua ben Levi, Mishum Bar Kapor. Kol Mekayim Shalosh Udas b'Shabbos. Whoever fulfills 3 meals in Shabbos, Nitzol Misholosh Peronios. Hashem will save him from 3 troubles, from 3 adversities. 3 bad things he'll be saved from. What are they? Michevlo shel Mashiach, Umedina shel Gehenim, Umilchemes Gog uMagog. Chevlo shel Mashiach is before the coming of Mashiach. We all know it's like the Chevlo Leida, right? Chevlo shel Mashiach, says Rashi. What's Chevlo shel Mashiach? Mamash, what's happening today? Dosh ben David Babo category b'Talmidei Chachomim. Everybody's going to, what categoria, by the way, in Parshat Modern Hebrew? Unbelievable. Categoria is the prosecutor in court. Mamish, what's happening today? The categoria, the prosecutor of the high court, she's against the Talmidei Chachomim. Mamish Chevlei Mashiach. So Chevlei Mashiach, that is something you'll be saved from. Dina Shel Gehenim is to do with the Olam Haba. After Mashiach comes, it'll be Yom Din, and you will be saved from Din Gehenim. Milchemes Gog uMagog, also you'll be saved from, whenever that will be. That's another shayla. Yeah? Everybody thinks it will be before Mashiach. It's not so clear. That's whatever. That's another discussion. Why will it be saved from all these futuristic adversities? Mechevlu shel Mashiach, Ksiv. What's the makor? Ksiv hocho. In our very famous pasuk we just quoted yesterday, when it says 3 times Yom, Hayom lo timtzu basodeh, it says Yom. Uksiv Hasom, regarding Chevla Mashiach, Hinei Anochi Sholach Lachem Yisrael Yonovi, Lifnei Bayom Hashem. Hashem will send the Yonovi before the day of Mashiach coming. Eliyahu comes, and then Mashiach. So before Mashiach comes, Eliyahu Novi, Yom, Gzeh Shova, Yom Shabbos, Keneged the Yom of pre-Mashiach trouble. Medina Shel Gehenim, Ksiv Hacha Yom, Uksiv Hasom Yom. It says Yom Evra Hayom Hahu. It says about Gehenim very stark, sad, and terrible things. It says about Mashiach in Tzfania, Yom Evra Yomu, the day of Gehenim will be a day of anger, Yom Tzaro, Metzuka, a day of trouble and distress, Yom Shoyo, Mashu, a day of Holocaust, Choshech V'Anon, Mamish, darkness. All these terrible things you'll be saved from if you have 3 meals on Shabbos. And soon we're going to see why. The third one, why will we be saved from the war of Gog and Magog? It says over here, Yom. Again, the third time it says Yom on Shabbos. It says about Gog and Magog. Yom boy Gog. Explains the Maharsha something beautiful. He says, because Lamaisa, what will be when you pass the 3 hurdles of Olam Hazeh, and the Olam Hazeh will get very thick and very hard and very dark before Mashiach comes, right? But eventually, what's going to happen? Yom Shekula Shabbos U'Menucha. If you already live Olam Hazeh, having 3 meals, and all the Meforshim here, they stress a lot. It's not about eating 3 meals and thinking about your bank account, the minus in the either your big assets or the minus in the overdraft. It's about really experiencing Shabbos to its full and really disconnecting yourself from Olam Hazeh. If you can disconnect yourself from Olam Hazeh in Olam Hazeh and connect yourself to Olam Haba, Mein Olam Haba, then you'll be Zochet real Olam Haba. You're already now be'etzem an ambassador of Olam Haba in this dark world by having this island, this oasis called Shabbos, where you have the 3 meals and you spend more money. Another pshat is very nice. I don't remember who says what because there's a lot of material. One of the Meforshim in Yaakov, he says, "What's the big deal of shalashudas, right? Shkoyach, a shtickle herring and the matzah in the shul, or you know." So the Maisa says, "No. What did we say about the oni? Meikar din. If you want to be very Litvish, then what? I don't have to give an oni third meal. We said yesterday only two. But if you invite the oni to yourself, to your home, and you have shudas with guests with anim, to give them to the tzedakah, the kupa shel tzedakah, you're not mechuyev to have a fund keren shudas. I'm not mechuyev to give them shudas mitzat tzedakah. If I invite them to my house, shudas, it's a big thing. They don't have shudas. They only got from the kupa 2 meals. So if you are going be above and beyond, Hashem will go you also above and beyond, and you'll be zoiche to something above the tzimtzum of Olam Hazeh, which is all these beautiful things Olam Haba, beyond the 3 hurdles. Amar Yochanan, Mishum Rabbi Yossi, on the same token, call him Me'anig Shabbos, whoever Me'anig Shabbos, whoever basically buys a lot of food and Me'anig, he brings pleasure into the Shabbos, nice food, nice meals, clothes, v'chulei. Clothes is covered Shabbos. They have the same idea. He gets nachlo, he will get so much money, wealth, bread, without any borders, no limitations. You me'anig Shabbos without making cheshbonis. The real Oneg Shabbos is what? You buy. Is the money? I'm not going to the achik details. You can even borrow in order to get your Shabbos meal, right? Your Shabbos expensive. Shabbos expensive. You're allowed to be a spendthrift when it comes to Shabbos within halachic parameters. But you're allowed to spend more. You spend more, Hashem will give you more, right? Hashem will give you more nachla, whichever nachla that is. Bli mitzorim. He says the Ritva says bli mitzorim literally means that we'll see it later. We'll see the Ritva later. Shneimar as tisanagal Hashem when you Misaneg Hashem, and that pasuk relates to Shabbos. V'karata l'Shabbos oineg, right? L'kvod Chodesh Hashem mechubad. As Tisaneg Hashem, you'll have your pleasure upon a Kodesh Baruch Hu. V'kavtichal b'mosei oretz. I will make you ride. I will have you ride on the stages of the land, on the land, on top of the land. You'll control the land. V'chalticha nachlas Yaakov avicha, and I will feed you the nachla of Yaakov avicha. Those who keep Shabbos will get nachla like Yaakov Avinu. And obviously the question is, why Dafka Yaakov? What about Avraham and Yitzchak? Says the Gemara, Loike Avraham sheksiv bo kumis alech ba'otz lo kol harochma. Avraham Avinu Hashem told him, you're going to get the entire land. You're going to walk the entire land of Eretz Yisrael, and then you're going to get Eretz Yisrael. That's it. Now, says the Gemara in Bava Basra, Daf Kuf Amud Aleph, one way to acquire land, according to one opinion, is walking in it. Obviously, you have to pay money, yeah, but the symbolic thing, the Chol's Kinyan, is walking in the property, and we'll learn it from Avraham Avinu. So what did he get? Eretz Yisrael. That's a very big thing. Yeah, but it's not the whole world. V'loi ki Yitzchak, it's still limited. V'loi ki Yitzchak, he won't get like Yitzchak, we got more. Yitzchak is more than Avraham. Shekosuv bo, it says about Yitzchak, ki lechol ezracho eten es kol haratzos el. I will give you and your children all these lands. In other words, more than Eretz Yisrael, but not the entire world. Ela ke Yaakov. Yaakov is completely limitless. Shekosuv bo, poratzto yom v'kedma v'tzafon v'negba. Yaakov Avinu, whatever that means, Poratza means two things. Either you'll be strong, or you will be, what's lifrotz? Lifrotz et agoder, to break. You'll break all boundaries. Yaakov Avinu broke all the boundaries. You know why? Because Yaakov Avinu only had good children. Yaakov Avinu, all 12 tribes were kosher v'yosher. So Yaakov Avinu, boom, he had 12 children, all amazing. And therefore Yaakov Avinu is the beginner of the way we know Klal Yisrael nowadays. Yeah, Klal Yisrael. Yaakov Avinu has no limitations, and the Malshal says Bli Mitzori means you won't have any and literally no borders. Your land maybe means the land of God's Klal Yisrael will be from one sea to the other, from the Mediterranean all the way to I don't know India. Yeah, to there. It's a big piece of land. We're going to have the entire land. I don't know if he means Eretz Yisrael in the future will be that big. I don't know. Lamaisa, the one who keeps Shabbos with no limitations, he will have the zchus like Yaakov Avinu of getting, getting schar, getting wealth with no limits. That's the general idea. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Omar, Nitzol mishibud goluyois or malchuyois. He'll be saved from Shibud Malchuyos, even in this world when we still have Shibud Goluyos, Shibud Malchuyos, the subjugation of the Goyim, of the Goluyos over us, he'll be saved from it. The one who keeps Shol Shudas and Oneg Shabbos and doesn't care about, it's two things. He buys a lot of food and he's not worried about the weekday during Shabbos. He'll be nitzol mishibud galuyos. He'll be saved. Why? Mida connected mida. You show once a week that I'm freeing my mind from shibud, then Hashem will make sure that the whole week you're not going to have shibud. Masach Nasai will not bother you. Nobody will bother you if you are keeping Shabbos and clearing your mind and celebrating Shabbos is the main day of your week. You show if you want Shabbos. One of the Meforshim says something very nice. It says some people don't like Shabbos. They think that their work is what gives them the money. My money equals my effort equals my success. On Shabbos, I'm wasting time. I could have made more money, which is shtuyot. It's the other way around. Really, it's a Kodesh Baruch who gives them money. What you're doing is like a puppet. You have chiyuv to work, maybe. I mean, that's what brings you the money. In Mele Fakert, you should be so happy that on Shabbos you don't have to do the shtadlis. The whole week I have to do this puppet business to act as if I'm bringing money. On Shabbos, game over. I can really connect with Hashem. I can really connect with the Tefillah and the Torah and my family, which is really what I want to do the whole time. So that's why he's nitzol from all these constricting, limiting things of Goluyos and Gogumogog and v'chule v'chule. We're now proving the point of Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. It says over here, I will make you ride, the one who keeps Shabbos well, I'll make you ride over the bome of the land, over the high important parts of the land. You'll control the land. It says there, right? And you will ride over the bomes of the goyim. Not only Shubad Malchus will not control you, you will control them. Whoever make sure that Shabbos is a pleasurable day, as the way we explained before, with food, with the right mindset, Hashem will give him his heart's desire. What he desires, Hashem will give him. Wow, that's a good deal, no? Hashem will do whatever you want if you really, really keep Shabbos properly. Shenema, it says, V'yistaneg al Hashem. Yeah, you should have pleasure through and about the Kodesh Baruch Hu. And he'll give you the wishes, the desires of your heart. What do you mean Yistaneg al Hashem? Maybe through Torah, maybe through Tefillah, maybe through tzitzis and tefillin. When it says Koras al Shabbos Oneg, that's Oneg Shabbos. One of the Meforshim again says Koras al Shabbos Oneg means it's not Shabbos is not just a day of fun, which is also good. Koraso, you declare that Shabbos is your main day of enjoyment. Meaning that there's a difference between what we live in and what we do, what we declare. Yeah, when you wear a kippah, you declare I'm from, right? It's a declaration, right? There are people who they keep some mitzvahs, but they threw off the kippah, so they're not officially considered, right? It's a statement. If you make a statement, karatza, like Kiddush is a statement. I make a statement and I mean it. Yeah, I make a statement. Shabbos is the main thing by me. Then an echnami will be so good for you. Hashem will give you whatever you want because you make Hashem the main part of your life. He'll make you the main part of His, so to speak. You'll be top priority by Hashem if you make Shabbos your top priority. Now let's get tachlis la'alocha. This all sounds very nice and very promising and very yummy. So, give me a shopping list. I shall be manning Shabbos. But what kind of food? How shall a person be manning Shabbos? He's quoting Rav, and he says, "Omar, the tavshil shel trodin, tavshil shel trodin is something very important," says Rashi, choshuv, and the Bach says it's very healthy. It's a tavshil made out of spinach. Trodin is spinach. The dogim gdoilim, big fish. The Rosh Hashumin, Mishnah says you have to have fish in every meal. Preferably, you should have fish in every meal. The Rosh Hashumin, also Rosh Hashumin says Rashi chshuvim hoyu lohen, big heads of shum, heads of garlic heads. So garlic is important. Rashi says to them it was important. Yeah. It's maduk from Rashi that these things change from generation to generation. Rashi says for them, Rosh Hashumin was important. For you, sushi is important, so have sushi like Shabbos. Yeah, people are scared of sushi. If you like it, your wife likes it, the kids like it, and it's fish. Have sushi. If today sushi is choshuv, it's very expensive, right? If you like it, gesundheit. In other words, whatever is considered as cheshivus, that's what you should spend your Shabbos money for. Now, Rav Chia bar Ashi Omar Rav, here comes another opinion or another option, also on behalf of Rav. Afilu dover muat, even if you do something minimal and small, v'lichvod Shabbos asoy harei ze oneg. Even if it's something small, you cooked it in honor of Shabbos, you cooked it with the Kovet Shabbos Kodesh in mind. It's not your Thursday leftovers. You had a nice party Thursday. Sheva Baruch is coming up soon, right? You have a Sheva Baruch leftovers, said, let's take it for Shabbos. Nice, but not ideal. Why? Because you didn't prepare it for Shabbos. If you make something for Shabbos, even if it's very small, it's still called Oneg Shabbos. Two alternatives: either eat something fancy, right? Lav dafka in honor of Shabbos, dafka made for Shabbos. He didn't say at the beginning. Something choshuv, or something small but in honor of Shabbos. Ideally, you should have both. Something big which was prepared for Shabbos. Now, mahi, what do you call a small thing? For example, Amar Papa casa de house in dogim ktanim said Rashi, small fish metugonim bishuman kaven b'menach, small fish that are fried in their own fat and crumbs, kemach, right? In other words, like those, like small fish, anchovies, and all these sardines that are basically, like, well, how do you call it? Crumbled? No, there's a word for it, like with coated, the crumb coated. I used to live in a community in Gibraltar, as you know, and it's very interesting because then the Baruch Shem, they have very nice food for Shabbos, and it's the custom that Leil Shabbos, many real Gibraltarian families, and they descend from very choshev people from Spain originally, and a lot of them have like big plates on Leil Shabbos, big plates with small fish in crumbs, mamish like this. So l'chor it comes from there, but there it's nice, it's fancy. Omar b'chia baraba, Omar b'yochanan. Call him a Shabbos kil chosai. Whoever keeps Shabbos properly, afilu oved of the Zohar kido enosh mochlin loy. Even if he worships over the Zohar like the generation of Enosh, says Rashi, that's when they started worshiping over the Zohar. You're mamish like the worst star worshiper or idol worshiper like Enosh. Mochlin loy, Hashem will forgive you. Shenemar asher enosh yaseh, and then it says asher enosh yaseh, yeah. And it says, "Ubenodam yachzik bo shomer Shabbos mechaleloi v'shomiyodam asosra." Enosh is mentioned in the pasuk, and then it says shomer Shabbos mechaleloi. What does it mean? Says the Gemara, "Al tikr mechaleloi ela mochuloi." Let me explain. So even if you like Enosh, the epitome of the first of the Zohar, Hashem will forgive you if you do Avodah Zarah. That's very difficult to understand. First of all, what's the connection between Shabbos and Avodah Zarah? Secondly, is that real? Like the guy is actually currently over the Zara, but he keeps Shabbos, Hashem will forgive him? What do you mean? It's Chav Skila. And thirdly, why like Enosh? What's the point of Dafka Enosh? Why not Stam? Over the Zara, like Menashe, like Achav, like billions of people, like an Indian. So to answer everything more or less, I've seen a few Perushim here. First of all, we're talking about Baal Tshuva. So if a guy's Baal Tshuva, he was on a trip to India, and did Avodah Zarah, he was young, and he went on a trip, and he bowed down to a big golden statue, and he feels very guilty. Shabbos is a way to overcome that and atone for that. Why? Because Shabbos, as we all know, is the proof, is our mission statement, that our declaration, we believe in Hashem, we believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world for a purpose. Shabbos is the epitome of the world. Shabbos is the purpose that the world was created for. In other words, although when it comes to numbers, Shabbos is a minority, 1 out of 7, but it's all 6 days leading to the spiritual point. It's like the epitome, the highest point is Shabbos. I believe the world was created for a purpose, and I don't think the world was created, just by bing bang and monkeys jumping around, right? It's all with the purpose. That's believing in Hashem, and that's a contrast of the Zohar. Something unbelievable. Now listen to unbelievable thing. That's the one word I chose to share with you. Why look Enosh? The Rambam says that when people started worshiping the Zohar, famous Rambam, a few halachas at the beginning of Hilchos of the Zohar, the Rambam says they're not so silly to think that that piece of wood is the creator of the world. It was a process. They worshipped Hashem and also the stars, and they said it's a covet. we're giving cover to Hashem's Meshorsim, who are the Malachim, the stars, and then they address the stars and Hashem, then only the stars, then only the Tzura that represents the star, and then the Tzura alone, it deteriorated slowly. But at the beginning, Enosh and his group, the first of the Zara, they worshipped Hashem and the stars. That's nice. I'm giving cover to you and your secretary. You have a secretary, the Choshev CEO, you and your helper, the Sgan. That's what it started. So they gave chashivas to the stars, and even today, people are too much into astrology, and they believe the stars have koyach. So even if you worship the stars like Enosh, Shabbos atones for that. Now listen to the unbelievable thing. Now comes real stuff. Stuff. Says the Etz Yosef or Anaf Yosef, one of them forced him on the in Yaakov. He says that which star is the star that's dominant on Shabbos? Shabtai, Saturn, Bangli, Shabtai. So he says the Choizim B'Koichovim, those who are into astrology, or too much into it, they know that Shabtai is a star of depression and bad luck. And because on Shabbos we dafka celebrate and are happy, we show how we don't give a care about the stars. We take Shabtai and we dafka, right? Show we don't believe in that Shabtai business. And maybe if we follow the stars, we would be under their memshala. Could be that we're going it's through the astrology because they taka live under the stars and we are me'alam al-mazal. We don't care. With dafka and Shabtai, which is the nadir, we go to the top. So when I started Mazkir Yom, it was about half an hour ago. So I went online and I checked what are the bad influences of the Saturn. So my filtered internet allowed me a few websites. I didn't go into the websites, I just did the Google results, and lo and behold, it's true. Even today, a lot of all kinds of foreign beliefs, they believe that Saturn is a star of very, very bad luck. Even more important, what I saw was that they believe it's a star that causes you to be passive and sad and inactive. That's so good because it's the flip side of Shabbos. They also believe that Shabbos is a star that causes you to stop and not be, full of life, not be full of initiative. On Shabbos and Echnami, you're resting, but we take it the good way and they take it the bad way. So we don't believe in these shtuyot because we are l'malam and amazel. And Davka on Shabbos we show that the Shabbos day, which can be the saddest day, we Davka make it the happiest day. Not we, Hashem. Yeah, that's the hello, human. You hear? Weiter. Oh, beseder. Weiter. Now let's continue. Omar Bilomaral. Ilmol Shomer Yisrael Shabbos Rishoino. If Bnei Yisrael would have kept at least one Shabbos, L'sholto ben Ume Veloshon. You want to win the war? Bevakasha. Everyone should keep Shabbos. Yeah, one Shabbos they would have kept. No Ume Veloshon. Can you imagine? No foreign nation would have been able to take control over us. How do you know? Shenema. It says, on the seventh day, sadly, the first Shabbos that we're supposed to keep, although they're mitztaven Shabbos b'moro, but the first Shabbos that practically had to keep with the nafkamina was the man. Of course, not to collect the man before Matan Torah. There was a tachlis dike Shabbos. And of course, there were some smarty pants, from Eretz, I don't know from where yet, and they went and the Dafka collected the man. And what happened because they collected the man? Lo and behold, Viksiv Basrei, although it's not directly after that, but it's in the same parsha. It's the end of Parshas Shalach. Beshalach, excuse me. Vayova Amalek. You don't keep Shabbos, Amalek comes. Yeah, Rav Dov Cook, Rav Dov Cook, my son-in-law is Ramakusher to him, big tzaddik from Tveria. So it's very gentle and soft-spoken, but they sent me a video of him speaking, and he speaks very, very angrily about people who don't keep Shabbos. I'm not sure what kind of people. He says they're mamish killing the others. If you don't keep Shabbos and you're aware enough, whatever, Mesorti, off the derech, whatever, so you don't keep Shabbos, he said it was mamish angry. He says, you bring the tilim. It's your fault. It's your fault. All the kadmamim, it's people don't keep Shabbos. It's very, and I never saw him so like this. And my son-in-law told me, it's not his derech. But he says, it's mamish, he sees it in his own eyes. Those who don't keep Shabbos, they are the parasites. Shem Shmo. We also have to be Mischazik and Shemir Shabbos, by the way. We have to know all the malachos, all the details. It's not just for us to criticize others. We have to be Mischazik. I have to be. We are in the first wide line. Omud Beis, Shabbos, Kuf Yud Ches, Omud Beis. We are in the last narrow line, first wide line. Famous line, first wide line, Akiva. If Klal Yisrael would have kept or would keep two Shabbos properly, miyad nigolim. Right away, the Gula would come. Everyone's asking, when will Mashiach come? Here's the answer. Everyone should keep Shabbos, two Shabbos in a row. Boom, the Gula is right here. What's your question? There it is. Hard to make such a move in Klal Yisrael, but it's doable, I guess. Shenema, it says, Koim Hashem, Lasterisim Asher Yishmor Shabsoisai. This is the famous Haftorah, right? Hashem talks to the Sarisim, those who cannot have children. If they keep Shabbos, Uksiv Basrei, Vavioisim Alar Kutshi, Vesimachtim Beves Tfilasi, Olosim Zivcheim, Vechulei. Basically, I'll bring them to Beis HaMikdash. Last time I checked, that happens when Mashiach comes. Mashiach will do three things, right? Fight Amalek, right? Bring cloudy soil and build Beis HaMikdash. So Mashiach will come and build Beis HaMikdash when we will keep Shabbos. It's that simple. Why two Shabbos? Now the question is, why two Shabbos? Why not one or three? Why two? So they say, as we all know, and it's a whole nidin by itself, Shabbos is mashpia and mushpa. Shabbos is influenced by the previous week leading up to Shabbos, especially from Wednesday, also halachically. Going to war, going on a boat, having an operation, that's optional. You shouldn't do that from Wednesday onwards, if you can, because it's already leading up to Shabbos to be more aware that you should have Oneg Shabbos, not be sick. If you can, not go on a boat and have, be seasick. So in that few tests, we learned it. And Shabbos is mashpil till Tuesday. We can make Avdol till Tuesday. It's not stam, it's halacha. So two Shabbos encapsulate between them a whole week. One Shabbos takes care till Wednesday. The other Shabbos is from Wednesday. Yeah. So two Shabbos, each one takes care of half a week. So you really had an entire week of Ruchnias. Then Mashiach will come. Yeah. Adrabah. Amar Rabbi Yossi. Now we're going to quote Rabbi Yossi on many different statements, several statements made by Rabbi Yossi, where Rabbi Yossi says the word Yeheh Chelki. We're going to explain what that means. We're going to go with one or two lines and then explain the concept. Says Rabbi Yossi, Yeheh Chelki, my share will be, I want to have a share. I want to have the same share together. I want to be at the same level, be the shareholder of the same company. Those who eat shalosh sudas, wow, I want to be with them. I want to be part of that group who eats shalosh sudas. Question, wasn't he himself one? A guy can say, I'm jealous of, the top people in the Forbes magazine. Which magazine? The top 100 richest people, right? I want to be there. I'm not. First of all, I don't want to be with them. That's first of all, me not. Yeah. I want to be at the top table of Gdol Ador. I want to be the top table of the Shirim. But I won't say I want to be from one of those who live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. I live in Ramat Beit Shemesh, yeah? Why is Rabbi Yossi like wishing upon himself something he wants? I'm sure he had Shalashudas, right? He was religious. So what's the story? So basically, says Rashi, there are two answers. Answer number one, Rashi. Says Rashi, Poshut, he says, no, it's Marsho. I'm sorry. Says the Marsho. Rabbi Yossi saw that in his generation, people were weak in certain mitzvahs. You're going to need a whole long list of them, some today, some tomorrow. Rabbi Yossi saw that the door is becoming weak in certain mitzvahs here and there. It always happens. We're human. So Rabbi Yossi basically started a campaign. Rabbi Yossi said, all these people who keep Shalashudas, I'm with them. I'm sorry, I keep bringing Goyish things today, right? You see, I saw on a big truck, here in Israel, big truck, and you see a picture of cereal, and you see a basketball player, which I didn't know from some reason, and it says he eats a cereal. If that basketball player eats a cereal, zicher, it's very good for us too. You have a doubt? Avada is gadol ador. He eats a cereal. Clearly, there's no sugar and white flour. It doesn't matter. The choshev basketball player, he knows how to do boom, boom, boom. He eats a cereal. So shall we. But these advertisements work like crazy, right? We all know that. So lahavdil elfa fe'avdol felfay. Rabbi Yossi says, I'm campaigning. I'm also one of those who eat shalashudas, meaning it's an important thing. He's declaring. He wasn't shalashudas at home. I'm one of those because he wanted everybody else to join in. Now the Rif has a completely different shot. Beautiful. I mean, the Rif doesn't mean my skoma. The Ritz Pshat, I'll keep that candy for tomorrow after we finish the whole list. We're going to have a whole list of Yechelki. I'm just making sure you come tomorrow, especially you. Right? One day before the Chassan is still here. Kol hakavod, Jason. So now basically, there's a whole list of I wish I was, well, he really was, yeah? And that will be explained tomorrow. But let's see a few more. Let's see, Bezrat Hashem. Omar B'Yosi, Yechelki migoyim halal b'chol yom. I wish I was one of those. I want to be one of those who say Hallel Shalom every day. And that's actually a question. Aini, is that so? You really want to say Hallel every day without a bracha? Oh, right, Akiva. V'amar Mar, it says, Mar said, a kol Hallel b'chol yom as a mechal from Megadif, oy v'voy. A person who says Hallel, meaning the Hallel that we have, established by Chazal, the psukim, those songs of Hallel that we say on Chanukah coming soon, Rosh Chodesh. If you say them every day, Mechar from Megadif, why are you a blasphemer? Mechar from Megadif says Rashi, beautiful ocean. He says, Shenevim Arishonim Tiknu Lo Prokim. The Nevim Arishonim said to say Hallel specific times of year. Zakar Tamid Below Ita. If you read it out of time, Harei Ze Mezamer Shir Umisloitzet. If a person reads Hallel every day, it loses the taste. It loses the idea. The whole idea is to show the specialty of Chanukah, the special uniqueness of Pesach, of Shavuot. You do it every day, then the special days lose from the specialty, right? Yeah, if you make a fancy meal every day like a chasana, so what will you eat at the chasana? It's the same thing, right? Therefore, what? Therefore, it's not a good thing to say Hallel every day. So why is he saying, I wish I said Hallel every day? Answers the Gemara, Ki kamrinan b'psuki de zimra. He did not mean Hallel. He meant Psuke de Zimra. And Rashi, interesting, only says two Hallelujahs. The Ritva says Psuke de Zimra, as we know. In other words, he was promoting Psuke de Zimra. Some of us come late to shul, right? Whatever. It happens to me sometimes too, though lately less, right? But Lamais, Psuke de Zimra, you can miss, skip. No, don't do that. Psuke de Zimra, very choshuv. And says the Shulchan Aruch and the Mishnah Berurah, when you say Psuke de Zimra, that's not you sound like like a broken antenna. Really, you're supposed to say them b'simcha, and every word you're supposed to pronounce, and then not pronounce every word. You're supposed to say it as if you're saying Hallel. That's beautiful. You get it? In other words, you're not saying Hallel. You're saying Psuke de Zimra. Psuke de Zimra should have the importance, and that's all the Rabbi Yossi. I'm one of those who say Psuke de Zimra. We all do. Do it well. Do it like Rabbi Yossi does. Do it like a man. Psuke de Zimra or choshuv. Don't just come to shul and skip it and say it good. Yeah, Amar B'Yosi. Sadly, that's a matzav. Amar B'Yosi. Yechelki mimispal. Oh, that's halachically very difficult. But let's continue. I'll explain now. Amar B'Yosi. Yechelki. I want to be the one of those. Mimispalali mimdimdu mechama. I want to be one of those who daven when the sun is red. What does that mean? Let's see. It's a mitzvah to daven when the sun is red. I'm being ambiguous on purpose. You know why? Because this talks about both Shachris and Ma'ariv, which means it's a mitzvah to daven when the sun is just about getting red at the beginning of the sky, at the beginning of the morning. That's called in Old French Vasikin. So it's a mitzvah to daven Vasikin. The problem is, Rashi says, it's also a mitzvah to daven Ma'ariv when the sun is still there, a little bit before Shkia. Be'oid Hashemesh lo yishoko. You hear that? It's better to daven Ma'ariv right before Shkia, and soon I'll explain. Amar B'zeh Ramai Krom, continuing the Gemara, Yeruchem Shemesh v'lifnei Erech dor dorim. They shall see you, Hashem, together with the sun in the morning. V'lifnei Erech. You should daven Ma'ariv before the Erech. So believe it or not, I learned the sugya once very much be'iyun, and the Taisus in Brochus Chafov Amud Beis says that it's a mitzvah to daven Ma'ariv a little bit before Shkia. And he holds that's the whole Ma'ariv. Unbelievable. There's such a sheet, and it's better. And Taisus in Piskei Halochis in Menoches, in Maseches Menoches, says that's the best thing. And that's Ramina, and everybody else adjusting to Frumkeit, basically in his Losha. Unbelievable. That's his shita. Again, Taisus probably holds like Rabbi Yehuda, that Ben Moshes, that from Plag Mincha is really already night. So he holds back. If Plag Mincha, which is an hour and 15 before night, is already time for Ma'ariv. So before Shkia is from some reason, I don't remember now why. When I learned it, I remembered. Unfortunately, I forgot. Yeah. So there's such a shita. However, Rashi in Brochus says something much more mainstream, and he says it's talking about Mincha. Mincha you should daven as late as possible, And the Gemara says there, don't make it too late unless you'll miss time, Zman Mincha Shkia. In other words, it's better to daven Mincha Ktan and not Mincha Gdoila. That's the message over here. Unless you talk about Ma'ariv. I want to add my own thing, and then we'll go to Ma'ariv, that it's better to daven Ma'ariv early. That's true. It says in Halacha. If you have the option, if you have a few minyanim, it's always better to daven early Ma'ariv because the reason Makdimin. Thank you all. Thank you so much. In the middle of the Rabbi Yossi's, tomorrow we're going to be here with more interesting, amazing ideas by Rabbi Yossi. And we're going to see also Yosef Mekir Shabbos is tomorrow. Hatzlocho, bracha to everybody. Thank you to Mamloes. Thank you to everybody who came in. And thank you to Torah Anytime, the amazing website Torah Anytime, and to those who watch us on YouTube.